So thank you, those of you who are actually joining the Discord and using the channels like they're supposed to be used by actually asking questions in the right channels. I really do appreciate that. But there is one thing that's kind of bothering me is that a lot of people are focusing and asking the same questions over and over. And so this question has been asked enough that I need to make a video on it just so that I can link to it in the future or otherwise just have people watch it and not have to ask the question. And that's the question of, which school you should go to. And the big thing seems to be that people are scared that they are not going to go to a prestigious enough school that will allow them to get future work. That to me is the wrong worry and it's the wrong thinking. And it honestly kind of points to the fact that maybe they're not the type of person that would do well in engineering anyway. Um, from my perspective, what matters is that you're willing to learn. What matters is that you're willing to put the effort in. You should do your absolute best to get into the best school you possibly can if you're going that route. But once you've figured out the school that you can get into and you've joined and you've started paying them for classes, the one thing you should focus on is learning as much as you can. It's not about wild parties and co-eds and drinking and all the other things that can happen in college. Because, hey, I went to college too. I know what that's about. I matriculated through multiple degrees before settling on technology because it was what I could afford. I couldn't afford to be a lawyer. I couldn't afford to be a neurologist. I had to settle. But I settled for something that I loved because it was something that I was passionate about. And so, mostly because I was being forced to be a doctor or a lawyer and I wanted to do computers anyway. So, look, it worked out. The important thing is that you have to actually consider that when you're there at school, you're there to learn. That's all you're there for. You have to learn as much as you can. And if you can learn enough, then eventually, someday, you'll be able to provide value to somebody in an economic context. But the fact is, worrying about the school or getting stressed that if you don't get into one particular school, your life is ruined, that's BS. And if somebody's telling you otherwise, they're just trying to bully you. They're abusing you. And quite frankly, you shouldn't listen to them. So if you come into the Discord and ask me, hey, what's the social value of a particular school? Or, is this school a good school? Or would you hire somebody who came to this school or whatever? Those are the wrong questions. And you are asking the wrong questions, focusing your energy on the wrong thing. And honestly, you're sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging your future. And most importantly, you're sabotaging your relationships and the friendships that you're making because they're going to see that you're too stressed on the wrong things. And they're going to wonder how that's going to translate to you when you actually get a job. Just have some self care, learn everything you can, take care of yourself, don't burn out, don't overburden yourself with classes that you know you can't commit to. But at the same time, don't be lazy. If you're lucky enough to be able to go to school and you're lucky enough to be able to afford classes, take advantage of it. It's worth it. Not just because of a future job or whatever, but because an education is going to help you in other ways as well. It's going to help you find a better partner. It's going to help you find better opportunities outside of work. It's going to have better friend groups. You're going to have the more ability to just do things in life because you're going to know more. And that's might even save your life one day. You never know. But the fact is, stressing about the school and how good it is on some arbitrary metric doesn't matter. If you went to a bad school with a poor curriculum, okay, but what were your grades? Did you learn? Can you code? Or was it one of those schools where you didn't ever code? If that was the case, then yeah, it's the wrong school.